Remember that Haiti is a very real place, full of the most amazing and loving people I have ever had the privilege of living with and being a family of. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mes amis, je voulais parler avec nous aujourd'hui, mais je ne parle pas en anglais, mais je voulais poser une question pour nous réfléchir sur lui. Est-ce que un petit pays comme Haïti a besoin de 10 000 NGO? Merci. The theme of our meeting today is Give Aid to the Haitian People Now.
Give the aid to the Haitian people now. Give the aid to the Haitian people now.
However, I'm going to change just one little word in that sentence to drive the point. I will say, give back to the Haitian people now.
Give back to the Haitian people now. Give back to the Haitian people now. Give back to the Haitian people now.
Give back to the Haitian people now while they are alive, not after.
Give back to the Haitian people now while they are alive, not after.
Disaster relief means that more than 1.5 million victims should not continue to live in destitution. The longer it takes, the more the misery becomes accepted as a mere inconvenience. Over $5 billion have been promised to be dispersed over the next 5 years, and over $10 billion over the next 10 years, at which point the Haitian dilemma will supposedly have been solved. But we wonder, when will those fabulous sums of money be spent to rescue poor Haitians, city by city, 10 by 10, one by one? It appears that foreign aid is most cautious when the need is most urgent, when lives are wasted by the bushels and conditions of life most wretched. Many will undoubtedly raise the question, what have the beneficiaries done with all that money? Look, they still live in misery. Need we remind them that while the donors have made numerous times to brainstorm on how much to give over what period of that foreign aid and George Bush in charge of collecting their IOUs by appointment from President Obama, whose election was hailed by the Haitian people as a sign that their bad luck would change too. But wait, they are told, before a fix can be found, they must stage their own elections. And life goes on as before in the expectation of elections that seem more comical than functional. In the meantime, Haitian people simply adjust to a higher level of misery, to living and dying like no other people in this hemisphere. Yet, those are heroic people. Those are people who still believe that Toussaint Louverture is charting the road ahead, even when all the roads appear to lead to more of what they've seen before. That Dessalines is keeping watch, even when all the horses have left the stables. They believe in the spirits of their ancestors and their dead family members. Those people are true believers, hardcore believers. Up on the mountain, those are people who have hope for breakfast. They would not mind waiting another day, but in the current conditions of environmental deterioration, Haiti has truly reached a breaking point. Before I finish, I want to convey the words of a correspondent who sent me this message late last night. Tell them about the storm tonight. I have a mother with a newborn with no place to go. Tell them about the 3-month-old baby I had to help bury after driving a whole afternoon with her next to me. tell them about the 8-year-old from Cowhn in Jacmel who was whipped, the 12-year-old blinded while resisting, the girl whose tongue was beaten off when she was whipped. He tells them what Haitian women are enduring in the camps. Be their voices. Think of them as your brother and sisters. I am with you in spirit. So let us speak unequivocally to would-be donors and their multitude of agents, all those high-level meetings from which the victims are largely excluded. They can keep on scheduling them if they must. But this is our plea. Give the people their due, for they have just begun to fight for their place in the sun. Live hard and die hard. That is their lot in history. Mais pas gain la prière qui pas gain amen.
Ray, can I ask you a question? Are you going to stay with us?
Yes, I am.
Do you mind being last?
Know that 20 years ago, Haiti began a wave of revolutions in Latin America. With the 1990 election of Father Jean-Bertrand Aristide, is what we call the Lavalas movement, the Lavalas victory of December 16th, 1990. Since that time, Haiti has been under attack, has been besieged, much as it was from its independence in 1804, when it became an example, for a bad example in the eyes of a bad example in the eyes of the slave-owning and colonialist countries of the day, of people who would rebel and demand their rights and establish a free and egalitarian society, which was the first in the Americas, we could even say the world. And today, Haiti has now been the subject of 2 decades of counter-revolution, of sabotage, of attacks, of undermining of that democratic process, of that democratic victory 20 years ago. And what we see today is the capitalization on this earthquake of these forces. I just spent yesterday, 2 days ago, up at the Clinton Global Initiative, which is a big meeting of all of the biggest capitalists in the world. And they were rubbing their hands over the investment opportunities that now exist in Haiti, which has been laid low by this earthquake. Before the earthquake, as many of you know, there were 4,000 NGOs in Haiti, more per capita than any country in the world apart from India. Today, Haiti is now #1 with 10,000 NGOs in the country since the earthquake. These NGOs, according to ABC News, the American people, for instance, have given $1.7 billion to private charities. Only 62% of that money remains to be distributed. Only 38% has been given out. That means 62% they're saving supposedly for the future. In fact, they're using it to buy nice cars to drive around in, to make studies, to look at the situation while the people are starving in tents. As many of you know, yesterday there was a tropical storm in Haiti. Hundreds of people may have lost their tents, their homes, their tarps.
They did.
And maybe not, and we don't know how many hundreds may have died. Trees were toppled. This is the beginning. We don't know what's in store in this hurricane season. So this is an outrage that this government, whose embassy is across the street, whose consul was one of the fomenters of the 2004 coup d'etat, the second in 15 years, are facilitating the takeover, the recolonization of the first independent nation of Latin America, the first black republic in the world. This has to stop. we are out here today to demand that the aid that they promise be given.